I'm Ewa Data-Bukowska. I'm a researcher from Kraków. I'm employed at the Jagiellonian University in Kraków in Poland. And now I'm staying at Charles University here in Prague. So the title of my project, on the whole project, is Language Use in the Paradigm of Sustainability, the Cultivation and Creation of Language in the Swedish translation of Witold Gombrowicz, Transatlantic. This is the whole title, and I'm conducting research on syntactic structures at this moment. That's why I'm here in Prague. I'm a beginner, so it was for me like being in a primary school again. So I didn't have experience with TLS before, but I do really believe that two disciplines, literary studies and linguistics, that they can cooperate and share knowledge, share methods used. It is only good for research, and I have been practicing this idea for several years with the cooperation with one of my colleagues. But the problem was that my research was, as a linguistic research, that it was very old-fashioned, I would say, because I applied the method of the close reading of the text and collecting examples, counting them in a manual way. So it was really very old-fashioned. Yeah, but I'm not the only one. Many people do this in this way. If they want to say something more about literature than only, discourse, literary discourse, they are producing text and so on. But I think that it is important to count things, to have the proof for your hypothesis. So I was doing this in this way, and then I discovered that perhaps it's time for something new. And it was seeking for new methods in my research. So I had I contacted one of my colleagues. He couldn't help me, but he wrote to Sylwii Cinkova and asked her a question, and then the whole story began. So that's why I'm here. Sylwii sent me the announce about the scholarship. I couldn't. I thought I didn't understand what I'm reading, but it was true. So it was the information about a scholarship for me, for a person like me, beginners, but who want to learn not only one query language, but perhaps two query languages and meta language about TLS too, because it's also a specific language. I haven't managed it well at this moment, but I'm learning all the time. And what can I say? I would recommend Sylwii Cinkova as a teacher for everybody. If you have problems with syntactic structures and you are interested in syntax, so simply contact Sylwii Cinkova, and she will be your great, wonderful supervisor. She will show you everything. And yeah, she is also very patient. It's not easy to teach people like me, for example. I'm not technically minded and a bit old-fashioned, but she is great, simply. Perhaps I didn't think that it is possible. You have access to all corpora, to the whole Swedish language preserved in corp, in the Swedish corpus. So you have access, and you can check to what extent, for example, the syntactic structure X is conventional, unconventional, how it is in cooperation. It's difficult to imagine, or it was difficult to imagine, and now I know that this is possible, yes. So you don't have to count your examples. The computer can do it instead for you, and then this is a miracle to compare the structure, one single structure or the combination of structures to the whole language which the Swedes have preserved and have in code. There was only one problem because they use a different query language. Swedes must be different, so they have also a different query language. So that's why first I had to learn this query language, and then I had to learn the second query language, which is used in UDPipe and in other. I'm very interested in syntactic structures in the Swedish translation of Witold Gombrowicz well-known novel Transatlantic. The translation is unique, and the source text is unique too. So we have to do with two texts which are exceptional. I wanted to check because the stylization in the original text is very complicated. I know that the translator has done the same in the translation, so I wanted to check different syntactic structures which occur in the text. So and then find out how the Swedish recipients react on this syntactic structure. So during my stay here in Prague, me and Silly, we concentrated on syntactic structures and their unconventionality. We are trying to prove whether unconventionality of this text may be measured. My first idea when I was counting my examples manually was to compare these structures present in the Swedish translation with previous research, previous stylistic research in Swedish. But Sylvie told me that it wasn't a good idea because, and so what can you say? Research from 1974 or 1980 is not the same. So Sylvie encouraged me to compare my syntactic structures counted in a modern way with the language data present in the Swedish corpora Språkbanken. So I'm doing the Swedish part of the research. We have written many queries which were not perfect. The first queries we had, they were too restrictive, so we had to rewrite them. So I hope we'll find the right formula. But the text, the translation will be compared with language data present in the corpus of Swedish Språkbanken and so on. So this was our goal. Perhaps it's not so impressive, but it really was a very, very hard work. So we intend to write an article together. So it's a good idea because I'm sure I wouldn't manage this by myself. So it's Sylvie's idea. I'm learning.